Hey, welcome back everybody, Kang here from Shanghai. As you can see today, I'm in the wonderful little water town of Qibao, one of Shanghai's most characteristic places. And from this amazing location, that reminds to all of us the awesome wuxia film of the 70s, finally I'm so happy to be able to bring you behind the scene and show you how we shoot action and martial art fights here in China, which is very similar actually to how they do it in Hong Kong, and actually is overall similar to how action movies are shot here in Asia. Of course I'm talking about traditional martial art films, so no big budget, no CGI, we like to do things the old school way, so using real martial artists, real martial art techniques, nothing is fake, no green screen. We try to kick each other's asses and we try our best to do it the old school way. And so for this first video I chose a fight scene which is related to my previous video, which I'm gonna link up here, so if you haven't watched it yet you can watch it right now. And so in that video you saw a villain. The villain of that film was really pissed at me. He really wanted to kick my ass, he wanted to kill me because I did something to his little brother. And so what is that I did to his little brother that pissed him off that way? Well, today you're gonna find out. This scene is a scene about kicking techniques, so taekwondo, capoeira, tricking, so it's a super kickers fight. And so I'm really happy today to be in this awesome location. Oh my god, sorry, wrong location! And it's also very peculiar because my adversary in this case, the director that was placed against me, is actually one of Donnie Yen's stunt doubles. At that time I think he just wrapped production of Bodyguards and Assassins in the end of 2012, if I'm not wrong, I think I remember correctly. So as you can see from his action, he's a very skilled, a very talented Donnie Yen stunt double. His kicks, his punches, he has chiseled all of his body movements to match the ones of Donnie Yen. So as you can see, his style is exactly a copycat of Donnie Yen's style. When the casting director introduced him to me, he presented him to me, of course, as a Donnie Yen stunt double, and I checked his kicks. He's a very good kicker, a very skilled super kicker. And in the film, I didn't really want to use him as a Donnie Yen copycat, because I think everyone, each of us, has a unique flavor. We can achieve something unique, so there is no need to copy another actor's style, but we just need to find our own. So in the film I tried to do with him something very different, put him at test, using amazing kicking skills in a different way from what he was used to. So let's dive into behind the scene, and first of all I'm gonna show you the full fight scene, and then we're gonna dig into how it was shot. Yeah, and that's it. Just a brief summary of what happens after. He tries to get up, thinking, I'm so cool, I can still beat you. And I'm like, oh my god, what's that? It's blood. He cannot resist my charm, and he just falls in my arms. So, hope you enjoyed the fight, and if you didn't... Now, let's see how the scene came to life. First vital aspect of every fight scene, location. It doesn't matter how good your fight scene is, if your location sucks, your fight scene is still gonna look like crap. In this case, the location has such a nice underground and urban feel to it that really matched perfectly my character's outfit. My outfit was so freaking 80s, you know, like those in Double Dragon's video games. So all these barrels, tires, containers, they really match it perfectly. Now, every movie scene has its own requirements that may be given by the production or by the script itself. In this case, the production wanted to use a camera work in between Western action style and Asian action style, which means not always use wide shots as Jackie Chan does, but sometimes try to go closer to the action. My concern, of course, was to keep every martial art technique clear on screen and avoiding ending up with some Jason Bourne style crap. Now, second requirement was given by the script. The scene needed to be short, realistic and grounded, because in this moment my character was rushing to save one of his friends, so having too much acrobatic in the scene would have not made sense. Having a 10 minutes fight scene would have not made sense. I needed to get rid of this villain as fast as I could. With all these key points established, now we can begin to build the fights, by first of all introducing the villain of the scene. While his older brother, the main villain of the movie, had already a standalone fight, you see, he's brutal, he's violent, he's just a scary dude, you know. I wouldn't want to meet this guy when I'm walking alone outside at night, you know what I mean? His brother instead appeared just a few seconds fighting against the ghost. Ooh, the ghost has lost the fight. So I needed to take a few seconds to show the audience who is this guy, to show what is his strength, what is his attitude. And that's why I chose for him this flying sidekick, because it's a very realistic move, it's still fancy but grounded, and thanks to his acting I could point out already what his strength is, what his attitude is. He's a cocky person, self-confident, and he just don't wanna kill me. He wanna challenge me and show me that he's the best martial artist, you know? So there is this posing, my character knows that he has to go through this guy, and he can feel that he's about to get challenged. Now you can think that we actually got this kick very fast, but usually even the more simple moves may require hours to be shot. For example, here we did more than 50 takes to get this kick done properly. And that's because there are certain rules that you have to respect when you portray a martial art technique on screen. First of all, make the technique look clear on the shot. Look beautiful, nice, have an execution with a full range of motion so the move looks impressive. And second, is always frame the impact of the move in the right way, in the right position in the shot, which is always the center of the frame. Look at this guy here, one punch is on the left, on the bottom, you don't know what the hell are they doing. You are losing so much focus by looking at empty part of the frames that are not needed, and instead what is needed is just framed on a little side of the shot. What is this? What is this? Please stop me!
No, then that's why I have to do on the shot.
And so here I was really being a pain in the ass. I had the guy do the same move over and over and over again. But you know, sometimes better have people thinking that you're an asshole and go back in the editing room and find out that you got crappy footage. You know what I mean? The only setback of shooting over and over again one scene is that if you're lucky enough to not get hurt during the various shots, be sure that in the end you're gonna get hurt. For example, here in the last shot, it kicked me so hard, I literally lost my breath. And I was like, oh no man, it's fine man, I can take it, no worries. And instead inside I was like, holy shit, that really hurt. But I have to keep looking like a macho, oh my god. Suck it up, Kang. Okay, now here we are connecting the two shots, the impact with my reaction with some powder. Actually here we used CGI in his kicks because we forgot to put the powder on his shoe. So actually, for those CGI freaks that like to do everything in CGI, yeah, you can be happy. We use CGI to do the powder effect. Oh my god, how cool is that? No, that sucks. So, the fight breaks out in a whirlwind of kicks. I let him showcase all his speed, his skills right away. Sometimes there are fights to focus only on the main character, but again, it's important to let the villain shine in order to make the fight unique. In this case, I had to shoot a short fight, and longer time is necessary to build the proper musical rhythm of the fight. But as I had to keep it short, I created a sequence of kicks very fast, and whose rhythm was built around the number of times the actor body turns left or right. But there is something wrong here in the execution of the kicks. As you can see here, he's not extending his legs, he's not really hitting me, it looks like he's doing some light sparring. And that's really ruining the mood of the fight and the motive behind the fight. The lack of determination behind his kicks was really a problem. So we are back here in Qibao. As you can see, in this moment of the fight, his kicks were kind of sloppy, not powerful, there was no determination behind them. And that's because he was not happy about the fact that I wasn't using him as a Donnie Yen copycat. You know, he liked Donnie Yen's style, his MMA style that he has done in Flashpoint, Chapeau with Sammo Hung. So he hoped that this fight scene would have been following that style. Instead, I already told him from the beginning that I'm gonna have you do something different. We're gonna have some different martial arts mixed together, different rhythm. It's not gonna be something like you have seen in Donnie Yen's films. And so he wasn't really happy about it, so you could feel it in his kicks. I had to chase them with my hands because he wasn't reaching the targets. And so we kinda had a little bit of slowdown in the middle of the shoot. And finally, the more we get on with the choreography, the more he began to get into it. You know, leaving finally beside his obsession for Donnie Yen. And here you see how everything looks cooler. His kicks are more powerful, we are respecting each other's position in the space, and everything looks perfect. And here you see he's getting pumped. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I like it, now I get it. And look here, you know, again, bam, bam, bam. The rhythm is perfect, the speed is perfect, no one is invading the other actor's space, and we both look cool on screen. And now, I'm gonna say something that you have to pretend I never said. In the beginning I said that productions are gonna give you some guidelines on how they want a certain scene to be shot, so of course you have to listen or else they're gonna queue up, but you have also to be smart to say, yes, of course, I'm gonna listen to you, I'm gonna do whatever you want, while instead still do whatever the hell you want, you know? For example here, I let reality go for a while, you know, I wanted to go for something more aerial. That's why I introduced some capoeira moves, some taekwondo moves, some tricking, some very basic moves, so that can still look grounded, but that would help spice up a little bit the fight scene. And also I took this chance to get closer to some capoeira techniques, focusing more on us avoiding each other's kicks than on the kicks themselves. You know, so it was a very nice compromise between what I wanted and what I wanted to achieve. Here I'm just taking the camera, showing the operator what I mean about a low angle shot for certain kicks. Sometimes, you know, you have in mind your shot, you know how it is, but you know, someone who is behind the camera may not know what do you mean, you know, what really is the feeling that you want. And here comes the tricky part. As you saw in the beginning, there is a very drastic change of rhythm when we start to fight on the car. Different editing, different rhythm, and why is that? And we are again here in Qibao. Okay, at this point of the fight, we had another problem. Actually, he had some trouble with the production, and we were about to shoot the second half of the fight, which was to take place above the white car. Unfortunately, he had some issues. I don't know, because I wasn't involved with the production. I was just, you know, doing the action, directing and acting in the film. So he said that his girlfriend had some issues and he had to leave for a while. I had a bad feeling about that. So before he left, I told him, at least let me get your close-ups on the car. Let me get your acting on the car. I just wanted to be safe in case he just left for good, that I could basically have his close-ups and just use a stunt double to double him for his action. This forced me to cut the fight short, but in the end I managed to save the whole scene, because as you can imagine, he never came back to shoot that fight, and he has some trouble with the production. But anyway, let's go back behind the scene and see what I actually managed to shoot while he was still on set. And so here, instead of getting pissed off about all the issues that I knew I would have had later on during editing, I just began to take all of his shots. So, get his makeup fixed and start to get all his close-ups as he gets up after getting thrown on the car. As he falls down on the car, I told him, turn your head towards the camera, even if in the end I actually did not use that shot, but I needed to make sure that during editing I would have not missed a single facial expression. So also this is a lesson for you. Every time you have issues like this on set, make sure you get all the actors' shots, because you need the face, you need the acting, you need the expressions to cut the proper fight scene. So here I got all that I thought I would have needed later on. And then he left for good and the stunt guy comes into game. Here I had to cut completely the choreography. I was planning to have more kicks, some throws on the car so the car could get broken down the more and more we were fighting above it, but I had to cut all down and get off the car as soon as possible. So I decided to just punch and kick the guy once, he would have hit his head, smashed on the car and rolled on the ground. I tried to spice up this scene, even if I could not really show it properly because of course I was missing from the wide shot the actor's face, but instead of having the actor slide down the car like he was doing, I told him to do a Thai style stunt fall. So a Thai stunt fall is when a stuntman moves like a pinball. So he hits different surfaces and then he smashes on the ground. So Thai movies, Donnie Yen movies, then Chupong movies are full of this kind of stunts. So at least here I try to bring a different flavor to this final fall. So it looks much better, it looks more impactful. You can see right here, in the end he performed it perfectly. So he comes, boom, bam, and he rolls on the ground. So it's nice, we got off the car as fast as possible, and then after this I had to end the fight. I could not do any more choreography, I could not do anything else, so that's why in the scene you just see mostly my face as I get kicked and as I hit his leg with my elbow, and in the end I chose to finish the fight with a classic Hong Kong style final shot. So in Hong Kong movies you see sometimes the main lead during the final act of the fight punches, or kicks the bad guy, the bad guy flips in the air and smashes on the ground. Here I did the same. I did a low swipe to his leg, the guy does a backflip, so it's a very fast move, you don't have the time to figure out that this actor is not actually the one from before. He flips and he just smashes on this pile of wood right away, the scene is over. We got all the acting of the actor before. When he get up, he's injured, he loses his senses, so we could finish the fight and we wrap the scene. And so we are at the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scene as much as I enjoyed shooting this fight scene. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you will know every time I upload a new video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You will find the link below in the description. Thanks again for watching and see you next time.